Shalom. Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai Baraka Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Shemal the Thumb Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, my sisters. Preaching Officer 5000 Rakab. Israelite School, UPK, 1 West, under Commander General Yohana. Alright. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. I'm gonna check it out, make sure we broadcasting on the YouTube and Facebook. Alright. Bear with me 1 second. If y'all have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat right now while I'm doing this. I'll get to them things. Alright. Just make sure. Alright. Okay. Let's get it. Alright, we up and rolling on that Facebook. Most High Christ. Check the YouTube real quick. I'll be quick about it. Alright. Oh, that's popping up. Oh, man. Let's get them questions in there. Okay, I do not see a sub on the no cowards. Boston. No cowards. Alright, no sweat. Let's see if I can get this real quick. Bear with me. Come on. We saw the devil, the Bible speaks of now. Let's go. Did not press that. Most High Christ. So we all live on YouTube as well. Alright. Smooth. Come out of it. Still got the same title. That's alright. I'll change that afterwards. Alright. Alright. Most High Christ. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Rock Thumb. Alright. You know, today's the Brotherhood class. And one thing I want to touch on is the importance of brotherhood and how brotherhood actually translates into real life. So what does brotherhood look like? You understand? It's brotherhood is such a blanket term, but when we get into the different aspects that make up brotherhood, you know what I mean? It makes it a little more comprehensible. You understand? So, with that being said, I'm gonna jump into a few scriptures, and I'm going to explain what brotherhood is. Go to Exodus 32, and we'll start at verse 17, all right? Exodus 32 and 17. All right. Exodus chapter 32 and verse 17. Put this right a little close up on there real quick. 32 and 17. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moses, right? So this is Joshua. It said when Joshua heard the noise of the people. Now, just so we understand what's going on here, Moses at this time had went up to the mountain, all right, to get the commandments from the Lord on the stones, all right. And while Moses was up there, he was up there for a great period of time, and the Israelites began to, grow weary of Moses. You know what I mean? And while Moses was up in that mountain dealing with the Most High, Aaron had command over the people. All right? Now, matter of fact, let me just get where they had said, exactly what they had said, so y'all can get an understanding of what's going on here, all right? Let's see. Bear with me 1 second. I want to see. All right, here we go. We can actually start at verse 1. Exodus chapter 32, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together. Right? So they saw that Moses, when he delayed to come down, you know what I mean? It just means he up there for a great period of time. And the brothers and sisters that was following Moses, they began to take notice of it, that Moses was absent for that long period of time. All right, Salakia. And they gathered together, right? So they gathered together onto Aaron, meaning it was the brother that was in charge while Moses was not there. All right? And said unto him, now this is what they about to say to him. As for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not that is become of him. Right? They telling Aaron to make them a god. You know what I mean? Here, the Most High, you know what I mean, dealing with Moses, led these brothers and sisters out of the slavery that they were in inside of Egypt, right? And with that, they were unappreciative of the Most High and Moses for delivering them out of the land of Egypt. Those words were fresh in their mouth, that Moses delivered us out of the land of Egypt. You know what I mean? We just don't like what's become of him. All right? That's an important thing to understand, man. You know what I mean? You know, we was all brought, like every brother and sister that's inside of this truth right now, the brothers and sisters that was inside of this truth, we were all freed from this captivity. You know what I mean? The scriptures say, the truth shall be blessed with the abundance of mercy that the Most High has shown us, and giving us this truth and delivering and freeing us from our slave master. And go back to worshiping other gods. You know what I mean? Go back to worshiping that Christianity and that paganism, celebrating all them simple holidays, man. Or what have you. Whatever other madness that this kingdom promotes. As this, Salakia, verse 2. And Aaron said unto them. All right, let me see. Let me drop down. Let me see. Let's see. Let's drop down to. So, Aaron, you know what I mean? He listened to the people, you know what I mean? And ultimately, he made them the God that they sought. Aaron went and made them a golden calf and let them worship that golden calf and, you know, make an altar for that golden calf. You understand? Now let's read on. Let's drop down to verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down. So the Most High is telling Moses to come down from the mountain. You know what I mean? The mountain that he was on. For thy people, you know what I mean? Thy people, the Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Moses was from the tribe of Levi, you know what I'm saying? Which is one of the tribes that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright? For thy of the land of Egypt, meaning the people that Moses led out of the land of Egypt, the land that they were slaves in, have corrupted themselves. They have corrupted themselves. They corrupted themselves when they started committing idolatry against the Most High. You know what I mean? By making that golden calf and worshiping it and building an altar to the golden calf. You know what I mean? They have turned aside quick, which I commanded them. Right? You know what I mean? The whole time Moses is leading the Israelites out of the land of Egypt, you know what I mean, and they in the wilderness. Moses is getting orders from the Most High, and he's communicating those orders down to the Israelites. He's commanding them things. He's telling them what to do and what not to do, and what's right in the sight of the Most High and what's not. You understand? That's what he was doing. The same way we drop the truth today, and we tell brothers and sisters what's right and what's wrong against the Most High. Abortion is wrong against the Most High. You know what I mean? Homosexuality is wrong against the Most High. You can't be homosexual, you can't dress like a man when you're a woman, vice versa. You know what I mean? We don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. If it don't have fins and scales on it, it is inedible, according to the Most High. Understand? And that's the equivalent to a brother receiving his truth, you know what I mean, being brought up out of that hell that he was in or she was in, and then going back to, you know, or going back to living a homosexual lifestyle, going back to being a drug addict or what have you. You know what I mean? That's what I want. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. So that would be the open Christianity and serving that white Jesus and Mother Mary and, you know, Allah, circling that rock and kissing it. You know what I mean? And have worshipped it and have sacrificed thereunto. Right? They sacrificed unto that golden calf. Let's read on. And said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. Right? Are these like that golden calf come out of the land of Egypt? No. You understand? Alright. Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more. Alright? Because, let's read on. And this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people, right? Headed as a people, man. You know what I mean? Let's read on. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. Right? So the Most High was saying, the Most High was, you know, Aaron and all. He was ready to just kill all the Israelites for worshiping, for making that deserves the credit for bringing them out of the land of Egypt, and deserves the honor and respect to be worshipped and served by them. You know what I mean? Not some golden calf that had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Jesus ain't never saved nobody. Allah never saved none of the tribes. You know what I mean? Let me see. And the Most High, because of this, the Most High wants to destroy the Israelites. You know what I mean? He said that his wrath may wax hot. You know what I mean? The Most High heated, and he wants to destroy the Israelites for doing this thing. And he's willing to take it to a point where he just, where he wipes them all out and is only dealing with Moses. And he's telling Moses, I'll make a great nation out of you. You know what I mean? Because you have not disobeyed me. You know what I mean? But they will again, the same way he did during the flood. You know what I mean? And he was going to, and instead of Noah, it would have been Moses. You know what I mean? So not instead of Noah, but the same way it was Noah, it would have been Moses. You know what I mean? Let's read on. And Moses besought the Lord, his God, and said, Lord, why doeth thy wrath wax hot? If you wasn't in the truth, and the Lord was about to kill you, and the priests and prophets of the Most High said, yeah, go ahead, Lord, do as thou wilt. You understand? Most High and Christ, take them Israelites out. You know what I mean? Imagine if we would have said that while you was in the world, still smoking on that weed, man. You know what I mean? While you was still in the strip clubs, while you was still on that stripper pole, you understand? What if the priests and prophets of the Lord said, it's a good thing. That brother deserves to go to prison. You know what I mean? That sister deserves to catch AIDS or have somebody rape her. You know what I mean? Because she's being a prostitute and a stripper. Imagine if the Most High to have mercy on you. That's why the Brotherhood and the ISUPK is. We get into that later. And Moses besought the Lord, wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth. You know what I mean? Moses is persuading the Most High to kill the Israelites that went and made that golden calf by I want to say making the Most High believe, but how the other nations might perceive us being destroyed by the Most High. You know what I mean? What type, how they would perceive us being destroyed by our God. They would say, you'll say, land of Egypt. You brought us out the land of Egypt. If you kill all, we will be the laughing stock. You understand? The Egyptians will mock us. The heathens will mock us. You know what I mean? Turn against our people, your Lord. Baba Gashar, meaning please, don't destroy these brothers and sisters. Please let your wrath, let that sting against our people. What is the evil? The evil is how the Most High wanted to punish them Israelites. You know what I mean? The Most High is not evil. The Lord can't do. That's the evil. Alright? The Lord can set a fire in everybody. You know what I mean? The Most High can do that. It's here to take you out of pain, because it's moving at such a high velocity from that sky. The Lord can destroy you, though. You know what I mean? And Moses didn't want the Lord to destroy the Israelites. Alright? Let me see what's going on, right? Let's drop down to 17. And when Joshua, there's no, and he's reporting to Moses that there's a noise, Salakia, make sure what I was saying. heard the noise of the people as they shouted. He said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. Right? So he's saying there's a noise of war in the camp. Y'all mean the camp of them brothers and sisters, man. Alright? And he said, it's not the voice of them that shout for mastery. It's like, yeah, mastery. You know what I mean? What does that mean? It's not the voice of them that shout for mastery. Alright? What is mastery? Alright? Mastery is like, how could I put it so a civilian would understand it? Well, master the sword, but like, let's say, right? Like a man of war would, you know what I mean? A brother that intends to go to war physically is going to make preparations physically for that war, right? You know, get his frame right. You know, make sure he's solid and built for the warfare. You know what I mean? We are in the UPK. We are men of war. You understand? We men of war, and we train to master the Yad Karab. You know what I mean? Which we learned in that Hebrew Academy 2020. You know what I'm saying? So we train to master that. But he was saying it's not them that strive for masteries. You know what I mean? Like you hear brothers, if you watch the beginning of our videos and you see the introduction to the video and you hear all that noise, you hear that noise in the beginning, right before, you know what I mean? That's the brothers that's just at the Passover, was just talking and shouting and, you know, brothers excited to see one another, brothers singing the cadences. You know what I mean? We want no cowards in our camp. Those is brothers that strive for masteries. You understand? And those brothers, you know, brothers that have their lives when they go out to camp every week to wake up Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? And wake up to the truth, right? There's possibility of danger because the brothers and sisters are in the world. You know what I mean? And not just, but you got the heathen nations out there as well. And we dropping the truth and speaking against them heathen nations also. You understand? Oftentimes when we go to those camps, not only our people are offended, but they do to our people continuously. And they become very belligerent. We receive threats, right? And because we receive those threats, there's where we make sure that we're able to disarm someone that intends to pull a gun to shoot us or to pull a knife to stab one of us. You know what I mean? And making sure that we are up to par physically, for that matter, is brotherhood in itself. You know what I mean? Getting right just to, you know, make sure, you know what I mean? Or I could disarm this cat before he tries to even, you know, get to any of us. That's brotherhood in itself. You know what I mean? And that's what the brothers in here do, man. Because the spirit of brotherhood, the same way Moses had the spirit of brotherhood, you know what I mean? Because he was dealing with the Most High, the same way that we have that spirit of brotherhood inside of here. You know what I mean? That's why you got brothers, they go through, like, learn these things, to master these things, to master disarming an opponent. You know what I mean? To master, you know, fatal strikes to end your opponent. We don't do it for our own health. We doing it to defend one another. You know what I mean? So with that being said, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp, and he said, it is not the voice of them that strive, that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome. I mean, you got people that win wars and lose them. You know what I mean? And of course, if you got people that's dead and wounded on the battlefield, you're gonna hear noises as well. You know what I mean? They're gonna be, sighing and moaning because of them that sing through our hair. So he heard the voice of them singing. You know what I mean? Well, luckily, I don't remember any of that. But for the sake of this, you know what I mean? Whatever song, just think about your favorite. This is what Joshua was hearing. He was reporting on. Just think of your favorite Christian song. You know what I mean? That you used to sing and dance inside of that Christian church. This is the type of garbage that Joshua was saying. Like, what in the hell? This ain't war music. You know what I mean? This ain't nobody, hurting from war. But this is some like, satanic garbage going on. And it came, and the dancing, right? So now, not only so Moses came to the camp. Now Moses can't just see. He didn't only just hear singing, but he also saw them dancing and singing up a storm, worshiping that golden calf. You know, I mean, you worship that wooden cross. You understand? Oh man, where was I just Salakia? Bear with me 1 second. And a dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hand. Now he cast the tables. What was the table? The tables was the commandments that the Most High had put on the tablets that Moses came down from the mountain with. You know what I mean? And Moses was so enraged at what he was witnessing and break them beneath the mount. You know what I mean? He cast them down and then he broke them. You know what I mean? That's how hard he threw them joints. Alright? And he took the calf and burnt it in the fire and ground it into powder. So that's it. And the conclusion of that matter, Moses destroyed that whole thing. He got that whole thing, that situation, right and in order, like it needed to be. You understand? So, with that, let's go to 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Alright. 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Alright. 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ. Right? We are strictly prohibited from following man. You know what I mean? Like, you see the Israelites, they didn't follow Moses. You know what I mean? But they should have followed Moses. And because they didn't follow Moses, that's the reason why they should have reason that Paul followed Christ. Was Paul following man? No. Following man is a different thing. Following man is not, following a physical man per se. You understand? Following man is spiritual. You follow a man when you celebrate lie or what have you. You know what I mean? You celebrate man when you celebrate your birthday or anyone else's birthday, or, you fall in line with their doctrine. Alright? When you start serving that Christianity and you start serving that Islam or what have you, the Egyptology mess that Negroes is so starting to get into. You know what I mean? When you on all of that, you're not following a man when a man tells you don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster, stop aborting your baby, stop selling drugs. You know what I mean? Don't be a liar, don't be a thief. You being told that when it's coming from the Most High. You know, although it's coming from a man. You know what I mean? That's why the scriptures say the Holy Spirit shall comfort you. Paraphrasing. He shall teach you all things. You know what I mean? Why does it say that? Why does it say the Holy Spirit? Like, people think that means that a spirit is going to descend on you. The Most High is going to you what the Bible is actually talking about. And you'll just know, or you'll be all knowing, or what have you. But that's how it's talking about. It is the Holy Spirit. The reason why it says He is because the Holy Spirit, you get the Holy Spirit from a man who has the Holy Spirit. A man is who teaches you. You understand? A man is the one that teaches you. The Holy Spirit teaches you, and then you get the Holy Spirit. That's how that works. You understand? And that's why Paul followed Christ. Because Christ had the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? And Christ had this. That's why Paul followed Christ, because Christ had the Spirit of the Most High. Christ was approved of the Most High. You know what I mean? That's why he followed him. Paul didn't learn the truth from Christ and break off and then start doing his own thing. You understand? Like, that's what, hey, under Command General Yohana. And then what you want to go do is go start, rather than falling in line like you should. Soldiering up in this thing because you didn't have the truth before you found it in here. General Yohana is who he is. You know what I mean? And the reason why brothers follow Commander General Yohana is not because he's just Commander General Yohana. You understand? It's not because he's just some cat on the street, talking up a good game. You know what I mean? But